Hello, this is Dom from BlackToad Studio, and welcome to part 2 of the 83rd Warhost reinforcements. So, as we started last time, we're starting again with exactly the same stuff. So, this isn't Wordbearers, in fact, it is Astra Militarum, and my side project, as well as doing my Wordbearers at the moment, is rebasing my Guard army. So, I've rebased all these chaps, all ready for the big Apocalypse game at the end of the year, which is going to be absolutely awesome. I've had my my orders through from the other YouTuber, how many points I've got to bring along. So I've got, I think, of 7,500 at the moment. So I'm rebasing all my infantry and seeing what I've got with the use of my armoured brigades, and of course Operation Trident might be there as well. So yeah, these are the guys I've done this week, and let's have a look what I've got coming up. Right, so this is what I'm painting this week. There's quite a bit here, really. So lots of rebase. This is really what I did with them before. It was really a rush job. I'm not really, never really happy with that. It was really just to get it done. And I almost feel bad showing you this because it's very embarrassing. So I'm rebasing all these to what I've done on the previous models, and going forwards should look pretty good when they're all complete and all lined up on the battlefield. The other day I was asked how many points of painted guard I had, and it was 9,500. So it's a lot of stuff, and it's all painted, so I'm really happy with how it looks. But once these are rebased, do a bit of weathering on bits and bobs, bit of sprucing up on some other models, it's going to look really nice, and I won't be at all embarrassed to show you this horrible basing stuff because it will be gone. Thank God for that. But let's move along. This video is not about the guard, not at all. Let's have a look to see what I've had painted this week for my Wordbearers. Right, so the first thing I got painted this week was my 5-man squad of Havocs here. I really like how they've turned out. I haven't put any of the Wordbearer transfers on there because I'm still not really that happy about putting transfers on there. So currently I am being quite stubborn with these. So last week, of course, I said I was going to be painting my plasma Havocs here. So 4 plasma guns. And a combi plasma there on the champion. So it's a lot of plasma shots. My plan currently, and how I've been testing them out, is putting them in a Rhino with a Psyker, going up the battlefield and putting prescience on them and re-rolling the hits. So overheating, not too much of a problem, and with 10 plasma shots hitting something, it's quite deadly. I've also used them as counter-attack as well for drop pods that have come in. Of course I haven't recorded in these games because they were unpainted. I don't really like to show you unpainted models, guys. So yeah, just take my word for it. It went well. So yeah, last week, I think War Venom, you put a post. Let me read it out for you guys. The 4-man plasma Havocs never really worked for me. I've always ended up losing more of my guys. 4-man melter Havocs are always a win, and 4-man autocannon are my personal favourite. The autocannons are especially effective against Elder, Dark Elder, Orcs, Necrons, Space Wolves. Wounding Thunderwolves on a 2 is awesome, and Wolfen hated due to the AP4. And usually 6 hits, range 48 inches. In my opinion, they are severely overlooked. I've always had good success with them. Generally, an auto include for me. Included Sakaran and Hell Turkey. Very nice. Thank you very much for commenting, War Venom. Very good points. Yep, really agree with the autocannons as well. For me, when I'm making an army, I like to try and make the army as unique as I possibly can to the army. So, for instance, Chaos, of course, Havocs are the heavy weapons squad. They're like the Devastator squad for the traitors. And it's easy to go with your las cannons or your missile launchers, but because Havocs have access to special weapons, I really wanted plasmas because I think they're really quite underrated, and people are like, oh, they overheat and you die. But yeah, it's true, you do. But if you got prescience maybe on them, they've got a bit more success. But that's just my opinion. Autocannons, absolutely love autocannons. A couple of friends of mine run autocannon Havocs, and I really like them. They were high up on the list. Also for the same point as well, because not many armies can have autocannons in their heavy weapon squad, except for obviously Guard. But it's nice to see Chaos Marines or any Marines holding an autocannon and just standing up in a ruin and hammering down high explosive rounds. So yeah, completely agree with you. Possibly in the long run, I might actually get some autocannon Havocs. I've kind of been looking on Forge World for some bits, and I really like what I'm seeing. So yeah, maybe coming up there might be some autocannon Havocs, but currently just the Plasma boys. So we will hopefully see them in a battle report soon, striking down some Plasma Fury. Alright, let's have a look to see what else I've done this week. Right, so this is what else I've been doing this week, or last week, I can't remember how to word this. What I've been doing previously, since last video maybe. I've been doing these 5 extra Marines. So these guys are just to fill in squads, possibly even to put in the Havocs to fill them out a little bit, take some casualties. Quite like these guys. So like I've shown previously, they've got 30k parts on there, which I really quite like the look of. I've got the Wordbearer head on that guy. I think he looks pretty awesome. Got one of the World Eater 30k heads on this guy. Once again, he's looking quite cool. Little Night Lord kind of head on there. So I've got like a silver skull on this guy. And of course loads of inscriptions, loads of purity seals. And they're really just to add and bulk out current squads I've got in case I need to, rather than having to mix and match a little bit. So these guys are my filler men. So not particularly that important in the overall thing, but they're handy to have in my collection just to bulk out squads. Of course you can have squads of 20 Chaos Marines, so it's like the opposite of standard Marines. We have 5, 10, you can combat squad down to 5, 2 5-man squads. With Chaos Space Marines you can go 5, 10, 15, 20, and you can then put marks on them, banners. They can make them toughness 5. You can give them initiative 5 with Feel No Pain, give them Rage. There's lots of options here with Chaos, which is one of the main reasons I like Chaos. You can kind of customise to a degree what you're going to do with them, what their purpose is going to be. So I imagine if you had a 20-man blob squad of men in a ruin with Feel No Pain, you know, it's pretty nice, pretty tasty. Of course, your points are going to add up a little bit, but it's pretty good. Also, with, you know, toughness 5, big squads of 5, big squads of 5, big squads of 20 of toughness 5. It's really quite nice what you can do with it. Really kind of adds to the flavour of your army. But these guys for now are just going to be 5 basic Marines. So we've seen what I've done last week. What am I aiming to do in the week to come? Let's have a look. So, what am I going to be doing in the week coming up? I have got 5 Raptors here to paint. These aren't all the Raptors I've got. I wanted to get Raptors because I haven't used them. You don't see them that often, and admittedly they are a bit squishy. When people could take bikes or Helldrakes for their fast option, it's kind of like Raptors get overlooked slightly. And I'm going to agree with people that are going to be commenting saying they're rubbish, don't bother taking them. They are a little bit rubbish, but I do like to try new things. And with Raptors, they've got a nice new formation in Traitors Hate. At some point I hope to run that, but currently this is what I've kind of got loaded up. We've got 2 melter guns here, we got our champion here, and we got 2 other basic guys there. So not the biggest squad in the world, 5 men. Those 2 melter guns, hopefully their task will be deep striking behind enemy lines and taking out a bit of their back line support. So maybe a Whirlwind's gone, possibly even taking out a Dreadnought if it's sitting there with a missile launcher and a las cannon. Wyvern's gone, Basilisk's gone. I'm really optimistic here. Everything's gone. These guys have worked all the time, but they haven't. I've, once again with these guys, had a couple of trial games. They're really quite hit and miss at the moment, pardon the pun, but it's they come in, they might hit, but they probably, you know, scatter too far so they don't get to their 2d6, or they don't hit at all, and then they just get shot. They get shot a lot. They are not the happiest Raptors in the world. But I'm kind of going to persevere, and we're going to see if we can improve them, see if I can improve my tactics of Raptors. I will, of course, give you some advice once I've worked out how to use them properly and what I'm going to do with them. But currently, yeah, they're a little bit squishy. If anyone out there's used Raptors before and can think of a good way to run them, please put a comment below. If you've run them and they're rubbish and you're going to tell me they're rubbish, in the nicest possible way, I don't want to hear that because I'm thinking that. So don't enforce my negative thinking. But yes, these guys, stand up. These guys are going to get painted this week. Looking forward to it because I've never painted Raptors. I really like these models as well. I think they're quite cool with all the paneling there. Let me get a bit detailed. Little paneling on there. They're quite cool poses. I love the combat weapons. I've used these before. I've kind of kit bashed some of these bits before. I mean, I've even got one of my World Eater Chosen here. World Eater Chosen. And like the lightning claws on the warp talons and the shoulder pads. I really like these kits. I think they're awesome. So yeah, that's a guy I've done previously. So I'm looking forward to doing these because they're awesome. Playing them, still a little bit, still got a lot to learn. But that's that for now. So hopefully next video these guys will be painted and you guys have left some really positive comments below. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and this is Dom from BlackToad Studio, and I will see you again soon.